welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a review of the Vitamix FoodCycler, which is a really cool device that I've owned for about a year now. The Vitamix FoodCycler is a food recycling system that you put right on your countertop, and it helps to get rid of all the food waste that you create in your kitchen. A lot of people will call it a composter, but it doesn't actually compost material. The act of composting involves the actual decay of organic matter, whereas the FoodCycler just kind of dehydrates and crushes up your food waste. So it's not true composting, but it does really reduce the volume of your food waste and it keeps you from having to put it in the trash. We find that the FoodCycler is much easier than composting. We do traditional composting, but I don't personally have the patience to sit out there and, turn it and aerate it and water it. So this makes the process a lot more streamlined and it gets rid of our food waste. It turns it into a really nice, nutrient-rich material that we can eventually use in our gardens. And it keeps all our stinky, kitchen scraps from being put in the trash can. What I really love about the Vitamix FoodCycler is that it's so easy to use. All you really have to do is put any type of kitchen waste, food scraps into the bin that comes with the FoodCycler. We usually keep it on our kitchen counter, and when it's full, we just pop it into the actual FoodCycler main unit. And once you do that, you put on the lid and then you just press the power button. That's all it takes. There are no settings to mess with. You don't have to do anything else. You just press power and it starts the cycle. Each cycle takes about, I'd say, between 4 and 8 hours, depending on how much stuff you have in the bin. And by the time it's done, it will have dehydrated and ground up all the food scraps that you put in the bin. And what comes out looks basically like dirt. Personally, we just add the resulting matter into our compost pile, which then breaks down extremely quickly, way faster than it would if you just put the food scraps in whole, and then we use that compost in our gardens. In terms of what you can actually put into the FoodCycler, it's most of the same things that you'd compost. So, any excess fruits and vegetable scraps, eggshells, coffee grounds. The brand also says it's okay to do stuff like meats, cheese, even pet food, which is strange, but if you have excess, why not? You shouldn't put anything overly hard into the FoodCycler, so peach pits or hard bones, it won't be able to grind those up and you run the risk of breaking the machine, so don't put those in there. I've also found that things that are overly stringy, so like corn husks and even like onion skins, if you put too much of those in there, it can kind of mess with the cycle and it won't come out as good. One major concern I've heard people express about the FoodCycler is that it might smell, but in our experience, there's no odor at all that comes from the machine during use. Another one of my main tips when you're using the FoodCycler, if you can, is to get yourself an extra bucket. So we actually have 2 buckets, the one that came with the machine itself, and then I bought a second one, which costs about $75 on Amazon. And the reason for this is that we keep one bucket on the counter, so when we're cooking, we just put scraps right into the bucket. The second one is actually in the machine and it can be processed. So that way you're never, waiting for it to finish process and trying to save food scraps in the sink. You won't have to do that. Just get yourself a second bucket. It's much more convenient. The FoodCycler is so easy to use and we've had it for more than a year now and haven't had any problems with it. We haven't even needed to change the filters in it yet, and we run it probably 3 or 4 times a week. The Vitamix FoodCycler, like most things from Vitamix, is pretty expensive, so it has a MSRP of around $400, but the good thing is it regularly goes on sale, like any major sale holiday. I think I got mine around Black Friday and I want to say it was maybe $300, so you can get it for significantly less than the MSRP. However, I think that if you're trying to compost and it's just not working out, if you want a way to get rid of your food scraps, your kitchen waste, it's a great investment and it's super easy to use and super straightforward. Overall, the Vitamix FoodCycler is a really awesome product. I think it's such a cool idea, and it works extremely well. It's easy to operate, and it really is great for anyone who's trying to reduce their kitchen waste and be a little more eco-friendly. I highly recommend this product. We've owned ours for more than a year and I really love it. My parents actually have one as well, and they use theirs all the time too. I hope you found this review useful. If you have any questions about the Vitamix FoodCycler, feel free to leave them down in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.